Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Oh, look at that. Look at that, 8 of Wands. This is some very strong Mercury in Sagittarius energy, okay? So astrologically, this is a very powerful card for you. This is interesting. I wonder if we have kind of sent our arrows off in many, many different directions, right? Maybe it was just a spontaneous effort. It was just kind of throwing everything out and seeing kind of what sticks or seeing what comes back. Oh my goodness. And then there is Mercury. There is the Magus, which is in Sagittarius in this configuration. This is really, really potent energy. My gosh. And then we have even more Sun in Sagittarius here. This is something else. I think everything really is aligning for you right now. But let's select the mystery card. This is one card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to just kind of randomly pick one. Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. And hopefully it will tie everything together and, give us the confirmation that we need. All right, let's look at this at an overview here. We have major, 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 major. We've got fire. We've got water. We've got a little bit of air over here. And then we do have earth. This is some Taurus energy at the end, which is very, very earthy energy. We're going to have to see what some of these majors represent. I wonder if there is maybe a Libra, maybe a Taurus person in your life that is kind of part of this, maybe even a Pisces person. We'll see what some of this energy is representing. But first, this 8 of Wands. This is good energy for you. This is kind of like, again, it kind of feels like we just sent out 1,000 arrows in every direction. And we're just kind of praying that something hits, right? Something hits the target. Well, when we add this Mercury energy in there, it's a reinforcing of the Mercury aspect. This card, the 8 of Wands, is already Mercury in Sagittarius. Now we have an emphasis on the Mercury, on the Magician. This is going to be a magic trick, right? I think all of these arrows that you sent off, letters, job applications, sending your manuscript out or whatever this is, I think they're all going to come back. They're all hitting their targets, right? That's a very rare alignment. Usually we throw everything at the wall, we see what sticks. I think everything is sticking, right? To me, that's brilliant. That doesn't ever happen. This is a very kind of rare thing. But now what do we do, right? If you've got everybody calling you back and they want your I don't know, your music or your manuscript or they want you to go work for them. What do we do, right? That's a pretty good predicament to be in, I must say. Everybody wants you and what you've got, your creativity, your skills, whatever we're talking about here. We start in the recent past, though, with this Prince of Swords energy. Right? This is some fixed air energy, but I feel like this is more This is more still in the idea realm. This is still more the thought. This is still more of kind of a fantasy, or this was our daydream, you know? It's the kind of life I want. Could you imagine all that? And then we just say, well, what the heck? I'm going to throw all of my arrows out. Let's see. I'm not expecting anything. I'm just going to see what happens. Well, get ready. Get ready, because I don't know how, by some divine act, all of those arrows have hit. This is like unbelievable. You know, it's an anomaly. It's something that should never have happened. They're going to replay this on television over and over and over again. They threw 1 million basketballs, and every one, you know, swished. This is you just decided just to randomly throw a cue ball onto a pool table. Well, you've sunk every ball in every pocket. It doesn't happen, right? I think it is happening now. What do we do? How do we deal with that? This was something that was just in thought. Wouldn't it be cool if? Yeah, it would be. How are we going to deal with that? This is something that has never happened before. Here's the moon energy. We don't have any precedent for this. Okay? We've got no idea. There's no one we could call. There's no manual. There's nothing we can Google. We can see if there's a video on YouTube that might help us, but I don't think so. This is you really just kind of, you're illuminating the darkness as you go with this card, see? With the moon energy, usually this is, well, we're just going to sit tight. We're going to wait for the sun to rise, and then I'll see what's going on. In this case, you're the sun. So the future is going to remain dark until you move into it and illuminate it, because I think no one has done this before, right? This is really wild. I want to know so bad what it is that you're doing, what your talent, what your skill, what your creation is. Yeah. What are all these arrows that we sent out? Maybe it's just you sent out a bunch of job applications. Everyone's calling you back saying, yeah, we want to hire you. Well, that makes it a little bit easier, right? There is a way to figure this out. We've got this justice or adjustment card at the top. Now with this card, it's basically just judging every offer against the next one. Taking one by one, we're putting them in the scales, we're seeing which one's the best, right? Which one is giving you more of what you want, what you need. So we kind of have to just go through each phone call, each email that we got back, every representative of this thing, and we have to weigh it against what we really are after. Maybe one place is offering you the most money, but you don't want to be doing that kind of work. Maybe it's too far away. Maybe you're not going to be working with the right kind of people or whatever. So we have to know ourselves. We got this 6 of Cups here. We have to know what we want. We have to know what is within us. 6 of Cups. This is the perfect, harmonious kind of life for you. I think you want a situation where your creativity, your love, your abundance, right, is going to be matched equally by the others, the company, the situation, the publisher, or the record label, whatever it is. You need it to be equal. It maybe isn't going to have the most money. That's okay. You want something that matches your heart, right? I think that's what's important to you, the feeling, the heart. You've got to really vibe and harmonize with the other for it to really be right. Even if the money is a little bit less, or maybe it's a little bit further away, whatever you're willing to sacrifice certain areas, but not this area, right? So we're weighing everything. It's kind of like the Egyptian, the weighing of the heart, right? This is on one thing, on one cup, and then on the other cup is each of these opportunities that are now being offered. Yeah. So I think this is how we move forward. This is a lot of work. And again, you have to know yourself, to know what you want, to know what is going to give you the most happiness, the most satisfaction in this case, right? Because the sixes are a reflection of the divine will, right? And that, I think, is really, that's what you've come in contact with. You've activated something here where it's just kind of by a divine mandate that everything is aligning for you right now. This is being activated, and it's going to be reflected both externally. This is the balance, right? This is kind of the equal, the reflection, you know. The divine will is being reflected into you, so you know what it is that you are after. That you are, it's not just about all of this kind of stuff aligning for you. It's about you aligning with the divine will, right? You aligning with yourself, your true self, God, goddess, deity, spirit guide, ancestors, guardian angel, whatever you want to call it, right? This is a rare alignment happening within you that is also happening in your life, in your circumstances, you know. It's kind of a double alignment, very strange. And again, I think it hasn't really been done before. You don't have there's no precedent here. There's no one to call and ask for their advice, right? You're kind of trailblazing this one. So you're setting the precedent as you go. To me, that's wild. That's wild. Let's look at the path of the serpent now. See the Two of Cups here? This is now, we're really beginning to feel the connection now with maybe a particular option here. We're figuring out what exactly we need to do, which one of these options we feel the closest bond with, which one feels the most harmonious, the most resonant. The Two of Cups here is all about love and all about that connection. You might just have to take your time and really be discerning and be honest. And just feel each one out. Which one do you feel the most connected with? Which one really just kind of vibes with you the most? Could be one, more than one, could be all of them, I don't know. Depends on what you're doing. Wouldn't be a bad idea to diversify. You don't have to put all of your love into one basket, I guess. But I think this is the way forward. This is how you're going to feel that connection, and that's when you know that's the right choice. Yes, it has to do with kind of an intellectual process. It has to be a logical, you have to get organized, right? Create a system. But really the decision will be made based on that feeling, that connection, that bond. You know, maybe a love at first sight kind of thing. I know that's the company. That's the one, right? And so this kind of tells me that it's your head and your heart. You have to feel that it's the right one, but then logically, does it make sense too? Does it have can you check the things off your list that you absolutely require? You know, that's really nice. That's fascinating. The next card, though, the environment, is that Seven of Cups. So this is why we need the discernment of the Justice or Adjustment card, because if not, our heart is going to could lead us into something that is, well, very, very one-sided, but maybe even kind of toxic. We feel that that's the right one, but if it doesn't check off all the boxes, it could be leading us into trouble. That's not to say that our heart was wrong, but maybe that there was a different choice that would have even more resonance, that would have heart and mind together. Maybe something where it doesn't really check off all the boxes, but I feel really good about this one. Well, We need both of these, I think, to be aligned. We need both of these. That's because we have the emotions, we have the harmony within, and we have the discernment. We have the checklist as well. Okay? Because there's a lot. The Seven of Cups, they're out there. And these are those people, companies, situation, energies that want to harmonize and resonate with you. They want to have this bond with you, but it's inauthentic, right? And this is like the salesman that kind of tells you what you want to hear, hoping to make that personal connection with you so that you'll just say, all right, I'm in. Where do I sign? Let's hold our horses here. There are energies like that out there, especially if you're someone who is in such high demand. Everybody's going to be vying for your bond, for your connection, for your signature. And, you know, this Justice or Adjustment card is the card that talks about contracts, signatures, kind of legally binding things. So before we jump into something, let's make sure we really understand, that's part of this Mercury energy, that we really understand what the situation is. Could even be talking about get a professional, and hey, we've got that Taurus energy here. Maybe we need to get a professional, a lawyer, something like that. Maybe this hasn't really been done before, but we still need some sort of counsel. Both of these cards are talking about counsel, legal counsel, spiritual counsel. Together, maybe, there's some overlap. Because we do want to avoid this in the environment. There are a lot of sharks out there, right? A lot of people, energies that will take advantage if we aren't very discerning, we don't have counsel. We've never been in this territory before. There are people that will take advantage. Okay, so we've got to be firm. Here's the Nine of Wands. This is strength. It's in the position of what we don't want. I think that maybe you don't really want to have to be, I'm gonna say the asshole, but I don't want to use foul language. You don't want to have to be disliked. You know, I think that's kind of a Sagittarius thing. I feel like Sagittarians are very well-liked people, right? That it's difficult to say no. It's difficult sometimes to be firm and say, get the heck out of my office. But I feel like you need to do that. I feel like there are going to be some choices here that are not the best for you. You need to be firm in saying no. Okay? This is your resolve. This is the commitment, the promise that you're making to yourself. See, this is the Sun in Sagittarius. This is like the best, most kind of most humanitarian aspect of Sagittarius. And this is kind of like we want to say yes to everybody. We want everybody to be happy and to succeed and to get what they need. Even the shady salesman, right? But we have to be firm. We have to protect ourselves. We have to say no. We have to say, get the heck out of my office. And to do that, maybe we need some spiritual counsel, some legal counsel. Maybe we need someone to kind of help us do the business aspect of things. We said with this moon energy that this is kind of unprecedented. No one's really been in these waters before. And yes, that's true. But we can still get some counsel, some advice, some kind of management from a professional service that at least it has some sort of familiarity with the general vicinity of these waters, right? Maybe not this exact situation, but can at least help us to make the right decisions. And so I think that's why we've got this Taurus energy at the end. Not only is this talking about the fact that your real work starts now, right? That we thought it was difficult to even kind of find this opportunity. Now we've got to maintain it. Now we've really got to put in the work now. So it's going to be an endurance race. It's not a sprint. This is also the card that is talking about allowing help, right? In a smart way, not just allowing people to come in and take over, but listening to wise counsel, right? Listening to your own true self, your own intuition, higher mind. Listening to counsel from professionals, from others. Still making your own decisions, right? Still being aware that when you sign the paperwork, it's you signing it, not the manager, not the council. So ultimately, it all is going to come back to you. But we need to have an open ear to any kind of sound advice or wise counsel that we may be able to solicit. Okay, I'm going to look at the mystery card now. I'm so intensely curious now what you're doing, what you're working on, what your work is, what your career is, what your skill or talent is, or what exactly we are doing, because this is a rare kind of activation of things right now, and I don't have any indication of what we're doing or kind of where it's going. But looking around, maybe we need some earth energy. No, you know what we need? We need some good air energy. Maybe a 6 of swords would be good, right? It would kind of match our 6 of cups, kind of have that thinking and feeling connected. We really are really sure about a choice, sure about what we want. Maybe a 6. Oh. No, it's the Ace of Swords. This is us coming to a very firm decision, very enlightened decision. This is that unity. This is, I think, heart, mind coming together, unified. We are making the right decision. We know the answer. This is the clarity. This is knowing that we are the pioneer, that we are blazing this trail. And we're doing it with confidence, with clarity, with certainty. This is a very strong confirmation. Very, very strong. Your will is not 2, your will is 1. And you know exactly where you're going, and you're going to be able to cut your way through this jungle with ease. I really do like this. Very happy about this one. We are going to do an extended reading, Sagittarius. If you want to stick around for that, I think you should. Click either above or below in the description box. New readings come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next reading. Okay. I really want to thank you for being here. This was extraordinary energy for you. I'm very excited. If you want to leave me some comments and let me know kind of how you're doing, how you're feeling, what this might kind of involve. You don't have to give all the details away, right? Don't put any personal information down there. But if you'd like to share any aspect of this, I read all the comments. I love hearing from everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.